When I was 20 years old, I was walking in the city and I seen this bodybuilding magazine, and I was like, what the hell is that? I've never seen such a amazing physique on the cover. And since that time, I've been training and bodybuilding and trying to achieve that physique that I've seen on that magazine. It's been 20 years since I started training, and I'm bloody over it. I'm actually sick of it. So this is my story of the freaking craziness of the fitness industry, chasing aesthetics, trying to get shredded, and the whole journey of that and how it almost ruined my life. Alright guys, this is a picture of me when I was at the leanest I've ever been at 24 years old. I was around 10% body fat. This is after training for about 4 to 5 years. Extreme dieting, keto, no carbohydrates, extreme cardio. A lot of work went into getting into that physique. And obviously, as you know, the harder you go in a diet, the harder the rebound. I ended up rebounding, and I've been training for about 20 years now. And recently I went through a crisis the end of last year. I've been trying to diet and get to that same physique that I was in my 20s. I'm now almost 40. I'm 38 years old. So I've been trying to get to that physique this whole time, dieting and then failing and then starting another diet and then failing again, trying to get to that same physique without extreme dieting and extreme cardio. I'm obviously a family man now. I'm married. I've got a child. So eating like a bodybuilder and training like a bodybuilder, also while having a full-time job that's physical, is very, very demanding. So recently I decided to take Retatrutide. And if you don't know what Retatrutide is, it's similar to Ozempic. It's a GLP-1. Pretty much numbs your hunger and helps you lose weight. So I had the stupid idea of trying it out so that I can stop dieting and stop counting calories, because I was sick of counting calories. So I thought this might be a good idea to try to get lean without trying, really. So I'm trying to find the easy way out. To be honest, it almost ruined my life. I almost died, literally. And to me, it was actually a blessing in disguise. It stopped me from chasing what I was trying to chase. It woke me up in a way that I've never ever. I'm so grateful for this experience, even though I almost died. So let me explain to you what actually happened. So I was given Retatrutide by a friend. After extensive research, I decided to give it a shot to reduce my dieting and to reduce counting calories, because it was actually doing my head in. So I thought, we'll give it a shot. I started off at 1 milligram a week to see how my body responds to it. Based on what I read online, 2 milligrams is the lowest dose, and then you can go up slowly up to 12 milligrams as a maximum when they've done the trials. So to be on the safe side, I started my first week was 0.5 milligrams, and then I didn't feel anything. So I bumped it up to 1 milligrams for the second week, and then still didn't feel anything. I think I lost a kilogram. And then after that, I switched to 2 milligrams. And then that's when I started to feel the weight loss really start. So I started losing about 1 kilo a week, 1.2 kilos a week, which is about 2.5 pounds a week. And I felt all right until about week 4 or 5. I started to feel nauseous. Bit of nausea, which is a normal common side effect. So I thought nothing of it. After a while, I started to like gag in the morning. And I started to feel a bit strange. My energy levels started to go down. Obviously, at this time, I was trying to do jiu-jitsu, trying to weight train about 4 days a week. I wasn't really doing cardio, and my job was very physical, so I was working a physical job. And I really lost my appetite over time. So about week 5, I really started to get sick. I couldn't eat my lunch, and then I started to not be able to drink water, to a point where I couldn't even drink water. I used to feel like a bit funny. My sleep started to be a bit funny too. I couldn't sleep as good as I used to. I wasn't eating enough. I think I was eating maybe 500 calories at one point. Like, not even. I'm having a rough guess, about 300 to 500 calories. Over time, I couldn't eat at all. Wasn't hungry. Was not interested in food whatsoever. Had no desire for it, and I was losing weight very rapidly. I was thinking of stopping when I was at 6 weeks. I had enough of it. I was feeling very run down. I stopped lifting weights. My sleep was terrible. I stopped eating. And then at week 7, I got food poisoning. I ate something weird and I got food poisoning. And then that was the end of me. I started vomiting, getting hot flushes, dizziness, fatigue. I almost ended up in hospital. I was extremely dehydrated from lack of fluid, lack of nutrients in my body over the last month or so. And I was just a complete wreck. And during this time, I was transitioning jobs to a new opportunity that came up. And I was supposed to start that week. And I had to postpone it. I almost lost the contract because of this stupid sickness that I suffered because of this thing. So what Retatrutide does is it slows your digestion down. So I think when I got food poisoning, it stayed in my body longer than it usually does. So I ended up going for about 2 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks of extreme fatigue. My blood pressure dropped. Every time I stand up, I'd get dizzy. I couldn't drink, I couldn't eat. And then I developed a condition called anhedonia, which is similar to depression, where something in your brain, a chemical in your brain releases where you don't feel pleasure anymore. So I started feeling extreme anxiety, extreme depression. I couldn't sleep. My mind was going crazy. I was overthinking. And I was in a crazy rut for about 4 to 5 months. So from January all the way to about April is when I started to feel like okay, started to get back to myself again. I couldn't train, I couldn't lift. I was absolutely miserable. And I was thinking to myself, why in the world would I do this? So it made me reflect. Now that I've recovered fully, it's been almost a year now. So during the transformation of the Retatrutide at 7 weeks, I've lost 10 kilograms, which is about 22 pounds. I'll put the pictures up here of my before and after. Look at my after. I look like I'm dying. I was so sick. I was so depressed. I couldn't, it took me a very long time to get my appetite back. It took about, after stopping my last dose of 7 weeks, it took me about 8 weeks or 8 to 10 weeks after stopping to actually be able to eat and swallow and actually enjoy food again. It took a very long time, and even till now, I still feel when I get hungry, my hunger is weird. It's not the same as how it used to be before starting this drug. It's been a whole year, so I should have recovered by now, but I feel like it's a strange feeling. I can't explain it really. So the point of the story is, if you do not need GLP-1, if you do not need Ozempic, please do not take it. It is not worth it. It's going to freaking ruin you. I lost muscle mass. I got extreme dehydration. I was lacking nutrients. It's just a stupid idea. And for reference, since I stopped, so it's been about 8 months now since I've stopped, I've gained 15 kilograms. 15 kilograms since my after photo. So I rebounded. But in saying that, I'm completely turned off. I stopped weight training completely since January last year, so 1 year I haven't trained. I've gone back to BJJ, so I'm training jiu-jitsu 3 days a week roughly, 2 to 3 days a week, mainly 3 days a week. I've been doing that for 6 months, and I haven't lifted a weight for about 1 year after 20 years of training. And to be honest, guys, I absolutely feel incredible. I don't understand what it is. I don't know if you feel the same. I feel amazing. My body feels amazing. My energy levels are amazing. I just feel amazing, and I stopped dieting. I just eat whatever the hell I want. Obviously, I don't be stupid, in moderation, but I eat whatever. I don't count macros. I don't count protein. Nothing. I've completely abandoned all that lifestyle, and I'm just focusing now on performance and on BJJ. So my problem now is I'm trying to get back into weight training for health purposes and to preserve my muscle and my strength, to preserve my strength and to stay healthy as I'm nearing my 40s. But I'm actually scared. Every time I think about going back, I get anxiety, remembering my days of bodybuilding. So I don't know how to train. I actually don't know how to train not bodybuilding. So I need to figure out another program where it's like full body workouts or upper lower split, where it's 2 days or 3 days a week maximum, just to maintain my health and fitness, and to stop focusing on aesthetics, focus on performance. So that's my main goal at the moment. That was my experience. I'm sick of all this bodybuilding rubbish. A tip for you guys, if you feel the same, please delete social media. Unfollow all the fitness pages that you follow, all the shredded people that you see online. It's all rubbish. They're all on steroids. They're all doing perfect lighting. They get ripped for a certain part of the year, and then they take photographs for the whole year so they can content to post every year. It's just a lie. You're getting deceived. Stop comparing yourself to these people. The second thing is moderation is important. I'm a type of person that is very all or nothing. So when I do something, I do it all, or I don't do it at all. I can't do something half-assed. So I don't know if if it's a blessing or a curse, to be honest. Well, obviously I got in shape when I was younger by being extreme and going all out. It got me to where I got in physique. But when you stop and go the other way and start binging, it becomes a problem. I think I borderline was developing an eating disorder during these bodybuilding days, where I saw food as numbers and calories and protein and macronutrients. This is not how we're supposed to be living as human beings. We're supposed to be enjoying food. There's nothing wrong with enjoying food, and eat it in moderation. Eat whatever the hell you want. Eat good foods, whole foods. Yes, if you feel like ice cream, eat ice cream. It doesn't matter. If you're not a competitor and you're not stepping on stage, or you're not preparing for a movie role, where 99% of us are not, why do you need to be shredded all year? So what I noticed is, the main thing I got out of this experience is I lost my why. I lost the reason why I was doing something. So it's made me more thoughtful about things that I do. When I was younger, I was training, I was dieting for a reason, to get lean, to get shredded. I got there. As I transitioned into becoming a husband, getting married, starting a family, I still had that mentality of training and dieting like a bodybuilder. I never thought of the reason why I was doing it. And what this experience taught me was to start questioning why you're doing certain things. I forgot the reason why I was doing it. I actually had no reason. I was dieting, I was training, I'll binge, and then I'll start dieting again, and I'll lose a bit of weight. I'll go back and forth. And because I got sick of that, I thought Retatrutide or a GLP-1 will help me to stop binging and yo-yo dieting. And look what it's led me to. It's led me to it's actually led me to an awakening, to be honest. Now that I look at it, I think to myself, I actually had, I don't know why I was dieting. I don't know why I was trying to get shredded. There's literally no reason why. Yeah, you look cool and all that, but you're miserable. You're starving. You're counting calories. You're not sleeping correctly. Your libido's gone down. Is it really worth it, to be honest? Is it really worth it? So it's definitely not worth it for a normal person. Be healthy, be fit, do the sports that you enjoy, train, but forget about aesthetics. Aesthetics comes as a byproduct of you training and looking after your body. I had it the other way around. I was focusing on aesthetics and ignoring my health, which is what many people do online, and many of the bodybuilding community is doing. I'm sure you've seen all the bodybuilders that are dying from drug abuse and all this trash. So it's a very unhealthy sport to be in. It's a very unhealthy way of looking at your health and fitness. So that's my story, guys. I am on the journey now to build a routine, a weightlifting routine that does not involve bodybuilding or aesthetics in whatsoever. I stopped caring about how I look, and I'm focusing on how I feel, which I think part of why I feel amazing is the fatigue that I built up over time of training weights, really heavy weights, and my physical job and jiu-jitsu, and also dieting. I'm in a calorie deficit most of my life, and then I'll binge, and then I'll go back into a calorie deficit. So to be in a calorie deficit, you're not going to have energy. So I always had very low energy. I was always tired. I was always fatigued. So stopping that and eating enough food to support my body, I think that's a big reason why I feel amazing. And the second reason is the fatigue of not training weights. So now I need to manage how I approach weightlifting in a way where it's sustainable, it's healthy, and it's focusing on achieving fitness and maintaining strength so I can do other sports. So my main sport I do is BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and that's like my favorite thing to do. So I need to support my body and my joints to be healthy enough to continue doing that for a very long time without getting injured. So guys, if you have any recommendations on programs that I could follow, maybe 2 days a week I think is enough. 2 days a week is enough to keep my strength and to keep what I've built over the last 20 years. Not worrying about dieting, not worrying about body fat or diet or any of that trash. Focusing only solely on only on strength. Focusing solely on strength gains and maintaining a healthy body overall. Guys, if you feel the same as me, if you're sick of this industry, comment in the comments below in your experience. I'm not saying everybody has the same experience with GLP-1. I think they can be life-saving. People that actually need it, that are extremely overweight and their weight is affecting them. Ozempic and GLP-1 antagonists or agonists, whatever it's called, is actually a lifesaver. It blocks out the food noise. It really controls your appetite. But for me, my starting weight, I didn't really need it. I was doing it to get shredded. Most people do it for health reasons. People that are on the brink of diabetes, insulin resistance. I didn't have any of that. I took it as a way to just try to get shredded without dieting. So if you've had any experience with any Ozempic or GLP-1 or Manjaro or Retatrutide, please, I'd like to hear about your story in the comments. If you feel the same way as I feel, also comment in the comments below so we can help each other grow and become more healthier version of ourselves and do things with actual purpose. Thanks for listening, guys. Take it easy. I'll see you next time.